What's up, everybody? Good afternoon, late afternoon. This is yours truly. This is Empress Chassie Warmington, aka All That Chaz, aka Lupus Slayer. Yeah, I'm having a flare up, and it's okay though. You know why? Because this month is Autoimmune Diseases Awareness Month, which is something that is very dear to me because I actually battle a few autoimmune diseases, from sickle cell, anemia, lupus, celiac disease, vasovagal syncope. Last time I talked about the lupus, and I touched on the kind of lupus that I have, which is the semitic lupus, whatever that E word is. I'm not going to even try to pronounce it. But I wanted to bring you guys awareness about chronic illnesses, autoimmune diseases. One of the other severe ones that I have is called I'll make sure I pronounce it right. Vasovagal syncope. Finally pronounce it. And with this particular condition, it is a fainting spell. It's like your body, I'm just going to read what it states. It says the body overreacts to certain triggers such as sight of blood or extreme emotional distress, from standing too long, from turning, from squatting down, from stretching, yawning, different things like that. Basic things that you normally do. Going to the bathroom can actually provoke and start up a flare-up of vasovagal syncope. And I learned about this condition when after being in a car accident. It was like so fun, it was kind of funny and strange, but pretty cool too, about the way they did the test. Because what they do is they put you on this table that is standing straight upright. They strap you in. That's the part I didn't like, because I felt like I was being strapped down to a dang old freaking lethal injection bed. I didn't like that. I don't like to be strapped down like that. Hell no. I need my freedom. I need to be free. But they put me on this table, and then after strapping me in real good, they stood me up and they made the table move different kind of ways, and they just test my blood pressure, my heart palpitations, and what's going on in my body. And that's how it was discovered that I actually have a condition called vasovagal syncope. And so I noticed that things was kind of weird when and I didn't understand what was going on. I just knew that I would get real squeamish all of a sudden from things that normally didn't make me squeamish. I would become real weak. All of a sudden, out the blue, I get real dizzy. There would be times where I have to close my eyes real tight, put my hands over my eyes and literally press in my eyelids, hold my head down, walk backwards, and then walk forward and slowly raise my head back up with my hands pressed against my eyes and open my eyes, just to try to prevent that adrenaline feeling. Because what it feels like you're on a roller coaster and you're constantly going down that slope, and you know that feeling that you get, that's the way it makes you feel. So I will always have this adrenaline feeling all of a sudden, and I wasn't having that prior to the car accident. So that's what I discovered after mentioning it to my PCP. She sent me to a specialist, and the specialist tested me for vasovagal syncope. And I never heard of the word ever in my life, not the vasovagal part. I've heard of syncope, but I never heard of no vasovagal. But I discovered that I was having that condition. Just getting lightheaded out the blue, feeling really lethargic, getting weak and passing out when I go to the bathroom, or as I'm using the restroom, like pissing, okay, like not no number two, dude, uno, okay, and having this kind of issue going on, and I just didn't understand it. It was like so annoying because I was trying my best to figure out why I was having this problem and what was causing it, and I would just always feel like I was falling, like I was dropping, and I would constantly have that sensation, and it became very annoying to the point where I didn't even when I was in bed, like it didn't matter what I was doing, I would have this sensation, and it would be really aggressive. So what ended up happening is once I went and got the test and stuff, and started learning what triggers it, what causes it, most things that you do, yarning, stretching, using the bathroom, walking, squatting down to pick up something, especially, you know, you go to your refrigerator and you have your veggie and fruit, you know, drawers, and so, you know, different, you know, just basic everyday tasks became a challenge for me with that as well. So I wanted to bring this to your attention. Now, what causes it can be trauma, traumatic stress. Post-traumatic stress can cause it. Trauma in your body, which I suffered a lot of trauma in my body when I was in a car accident, so that set it off. The nerve damage in my body, my left hand, right hand, my right leg, you know, that set it off. And so it's like ever since then I've been experiencing this vasovagal syncope issue. Now we're going to, I just wanted to bring that to you, to your attention. It's dangerous. You know, you have to be careful when you're out in public, because, you know, just like I said, you can bend down and just not even thinking about it. You walk and you go around a corner, or like you turn, make a sharp turn when you're walking, like down the aisle, to go down the aisle or go, you know, in another room. It can set it off, it can trigger it, and you'll black out. And oh yeah, let me tell you about the fainting and blacking out. You have these sessions where you can black out for like 3 to 5 seconds at a time, sometimes the most 10. But you'll black out, in and out, in and out, and it can be consistent. It could be either consistent for a minute or two, or it could be intermittent for up to a few minutes to sometimes, I know for me, I've had it happen for almost an entire hour, and it was like every 15-20 minutes I would pass out. You know, I was having that, but when I would pass out, it would be really short. Like I pass out, it'll last maybe about 5 seconds, and then I come back, I'll be good for another 20 minutes, and it happens again. So, you know, yeah, a car accident, and I was really upset because the attorneys that I had to hurry up and get an attorney, and because the way the law is, they need to change it, because people shouldn't have to rush to try to get an attorney. But I had to rush and get an attorney. The attorney didn't want to work and didn't want to fight for me, and they sucks. But anywho, but yeah, that's what causes it. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. But we're going to go back to the autoimmune disorders, autoimmune diseases. Okay, like I stated before, we talked about the lupus, systemic lupus, SLE, with mixed connective tissue disease. I touched on that. Now we're going to talk about immune system disorders, and we're going to go with Rheumatoid arthritis. Rheumatoid arthritis is one that I actually have as well. Normally, if you have lupus, the nephritis lupus or the SLE lupus, you 9 times out of 10 is going to have rheumatoid arthritis or some form of arthritis. Okay, so let's go and talk about rheumatoid arthritis. This is on web. I'm getting my information from webmd.com, and it states that rheumatoid arthritis, the immune system produces antibodies that attach to the linings of joints. Immune system cells then attack the joints, causing inflammation, swelling, and pain. If untreated, rheumatoid arthritis causes causes permanent joint damage. Treatments for rheumatoid arthritis can include various oral or injectable medications that reduce immune system overactivity. See chart that is listed for rheumatoid arthritis drugs and their side effects. So, part of autoimmune disease is a disorder is rheumatoid arthritis, and I know for me, with my experience of rheumatoid arthritis, it doesn't just happen only when the weather is bad or when it gets too cold. It can also happen when my body is under a lot of strain. Like, I may not feel like right now, even though I'm not feeling good, I don't feel a sense of strain. But just because I don't feel it don't mean that my body doesn't feel it. Yes, I stretch, I do exercises. I've had people tell me, oh, I had a back injury too, and I would say, if you do something, this is something I've learned to do with having illnesses. It's not to compare my abilities and capabilities to somebody else's, because I have discovered that it's not as easy and cut and dry as it seems, because I have done exercises and my back stayed locked up on me for 2 days. The longest I was locked up in my bed because my back locked up on me was 4 days, 4 consecutive days. 1, 2, 3, 4 straight days. So I don't play with my back like that. If that's what you want to do, if it works for you, you can work out and do sit-ups and heavy weights or whatever, and it doesn't affect you, kudos, I'm proud of you. I'm glad it doesn't bother you like that, but it bothers me that way. I got to get more therapy done and stuff, because there have been other challenges that I've discovered with my physical health as a result of having an autoimmune disease and a muscle tissue disease, which is lupus. Okay, so for me, I know I get stiffed, like my knee. I was looking at it yesterday, my left knee. My left knee normally don't give me as much static as my right knee, but I notice like how the bone is like really protruding more so than on the right knee. So I'm just looking at it and I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm like, okay, why my knee look like this? What's going on? Well, I discovered that, my knee is actually, the bone, for whatever reason, is just not, it just seems to want to stick out. And so I had to really make sure. So I looked at it today and then I rubbed it, I felt it. And again, the left knee is protruding out more. I'm going to do pictures and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. But those are things that come along with having rheumatoid arthritis. Joint pain, swelling. I don't know if you all can tell, but my hand is starting to swell now. This is my right hand. This is my left hand. You can see the difference in contrast. You can tell that my right hand is starting to swell up because you can see that it's larger, getting larger than my left hand. And I don't have to do anything to provoke it. That's the thing too. You don't have to do anything to provoke it but breathe. Just you living and existing will cause it to be provoked, okay? So you don't have to do anything strenuous or any kind of specific or special type of activity or anything for it to flare up or for it to be provoked. You know, it just does on its own. So I have that with it, and sometimes I would get pains in my body. Like it's kind of hard sometimes to tell if it's just well, I believe it'd be a combination of lupus and rheumatoid arthritis. That's undoubtable, but I don't know if it's also my back, because like I'm sitting the way I'm sitting now. Instead of like I normally would be like real relaxed, I can't do that right now. I have to like literally sit straight up because my back hurts. I have special pillows that I made my own stuff. I designed my own pillows because the therapeutic pillows that I be wanting to buy online or even in the store, they cost so freaking much money, and it's just ridiculous how much they charge, and they just do it because it says therapeutic on it, or you know, it's for health. So I just like, you know, I can make my own. So that's what I start doing. I start making my own. But so that's rheumatoid arthritis. We're gonna go to, we already talked about the SLE lupus. We're gonna go now to the IBD, which is inflammatory bowel disease. What is, wait a minute, did I skip one? Oh, okay. All right, this is what inflammatory bowel disease. The immune system attacks the lining of the intestines, causing episodes of diarrhea, rectal bleeding, urgent bowel movements, abdominal pain, fever, and weight loss. Okay. Ulcerative colitis and Crohn's disease are the two major forms of IBD. Who'd know? I know I pronounced this wrong. This word so wrong. Ulcerative colitis, whatever, shoot, something. And Crohn's disease are the two major forms of inflammatory bowel disease. Oral and injected immune suppressing medication can treat IBD. So let's go, and we're going to talk about the difference between the ulcerative colitis and Crohn's disease. We're going to talk about the two different ones, okay? And I'm doing this in awareness of, just, you know, in honor of Autoimmune Disease Awareness Month, which is the month of March. Okay, so again, this is WebMD.co. Alright. It says this is how you can tell the difference between Crohn's disease and the ulcerative colitis. Okay. Whatever, hell, I just leave that word alone because I'm just really screwing it up. Alright, what it reads is, I hate this laptop, I really do, because it's just like, what are you doing? Okay, it says it says you've had stomach cramps for weeks. This is like, I guess it's just letting you know what the symptoms are. It says you've had stomach cramps for weeks. You're exhausted and losing weight, and you keep having runs to the restroom. What's going on? It could be IBD, inflammatory bowel disease. But which one? There are two: Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis. Okay? Ulcerative. Can somebody tell me how they pronounce this word? Okay? Ulcerative. Ulcerative colitis. Okay? Alright, they have a lot in common, including long-term inflammation in your digestive system, but they also have some key differences that affect treatment. By the way, if you heard some people say colitis, it's not the same thing. It means inflammation of the colon. With ulcerative colitis, you have sores, ulcers in the lining of your colon, as well as inflammation there. Damn. Sores in the lining of the asshole, the ass pipe, crap pipe. Not crack pipe, that's crap. Crap pipe. Sheesh. The hell. Alright, Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis can be similar. They include belly cramps and pain, diarrhea, constipation, an urgent need to have bowel movement, feeling like your bowel movement was incomplete, erectile bleeding, fever, smaller appetite, weight loss, fatigue, night sweats, problem with your period. You might skip them, or their timing might be harder to predict. Okay, let's see. Also, you might not have all those systems at all the time. Both conditions, however, let's go down. Both conditions, however, comes and go. Switch it between flare-ups when symptoms are worse and remission when symptoms are eased up or stop. Crohn's and ulcerative colitis are most often diagnosed in teenagers and young adults, although they can happen at any age. They tend to run in the family. So, inflammatory bowel disease happens to run. It can be hereditary. It can run in the family. So, let's see. Ooh. All right. It says what set them apart. There are key differences. Location. Ulcerative colitis affects only the large intestines, but in Crohn's disease, inflammation can appear anywhere in the digestive tract from the mouth to the anus. Ew. Continuous inflammation. People with Crohn's disease often have healthy areas in between inflamed spots, but with ulcerative colitis, there are no healthy areas in between inflamed spots. Which layers are affected? Number 3. Because Crohn's disease affects more than the GI tract, it can cause some problems that doctors don't usually see in people who have UC, which is the ulcerative colitis. For instance, the mouth, sores between the gums and upper lip or along the sides of the bottom of the tongue, anal tears, ulcers, infection, or narrowing. Oh, this sounds torturous. Gosh. Ugh. Dang. You have anal sex, it make you not want to have no anal sex with those who's out there just extra freaky like that. Hey. Alright, getting the right diagnosis. Ooh, that made me kind of squeamish, y'all. It really did. Y'all give me a moment for real. Ooh. Yeah. Ah. Ooh, girl. Collect thyself, collect thyself. Get it together, collect thyself. Man. Ah. Alright. Uh, since the differences between the two conditions mostly revolve around where the digestive system inflammation happens, the best way for a doctor to give you the right diagnosis is to look inside. So that's when they give you this stuff. You know, you got to take it, clear out your system, clear out your colon real good, and then you go back and then they put this scope and light up in your asshole, you know, your crap pipe. And they want to look at your crap pipe, to look into your colon, to look into your all of that stuff. So that's what that's all about. You might get tests like such as x-rays, contrast x-rays, CT scans, MRIs, endoscopy, which I've had that quite a couple of times. You know, things of that nature. So but that is something that you guys want to look into, because a lot of times Crohn's disease and UC is often misdiagnosed or as just hemorrhoids, or it's just viewed as hemorrhoids when it's more than hemorrhoids. So you all want to make sure that you do your own research, because like, let me tell you, my doctor was cracking up laughing at me. My PCP, my rheumatologist, all of my doctors, my whole little team of doctors, right? Well, I won't say little team, it's a big team, 16 of them, right? I come in there, and it's funny because when I come in there, I don't have this sheet of paper, no notebook or anything. I get on my cell phone and I pull up my Word document, my Microsoft Word, and I be like, let's check for this. It says this. Da 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 da. These are symptoms that I'm having. This is what you guys been like scratching your head about. Let's try this. Let's try this test. And you know what they do? They love it because it's less work for them to do. And they be like, okay, sure. Like, like, I'm like, and it also says in order to test, this is what you do. This is the specimen that you need. This is if I have the urine in the cup, or if you got to draw blood, and this is, you know, I let them know what they need to do so that they can just, you know, put it in the system. I mean, they have to compare it to, you know, the legal, you know, they have a way of doing things, you know, things they have to go by, you know, guidelines. And if it doesn't contradict, you know, clashes with their guidelines, then hey, we in business. And they go ahead and give me those tests and be on, you know. Hi. My doctors love me. Yeah, because I help them out. Yeah. I do the research for myself. Hey. And I come with them with the rest. They be happy. Happy. Yeah, my thoughts be happy. Yeah. Alright, enough. So, lifestyle changes for those who have inflammatory bowel disease. Alright, this includes diet tweaks, regular exercise, quitting smoking for those who smoke, and avoiding pain medications called NSAID, which is non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs such as ibuprofen. So you can't have no ibuprofen. In other words, you just can't have any aspirin. I don't know why they just say aspirin. I mean, like, really. Stress management is also key. Stress causes inflammatory bowel disease. Stress causes all kind of, you know, it's no, if just by any kind of condition, serious condition, stress is always in the day going, it's somewhere as a symptom. It's going to be in there somewhere as a symptom. So we already know stress causes illnesses. We know this. That's why, like for me, when people try to stress me out, things try to stress me out, if I can get rid of them, I get rid of them. Done. You know? Alright, so you got to It says, but it can lead up to flare-ups. Stress management. Stress doesn't necessarily cause IBM, but it can lead to flare-ups. So it's, in other words, just saying, try to do some wusa, some prayer meditation, some kumbaya, some yoga, some Pilates, do something, to help release yourself. Me, when I get really stressed and I can't help it, as far as like, because of the situation, I'm forced to deal with it, or forced to be in that situation. Me, dance. For me, I love to dance, and I like to cook, and I do drawings and paintings, or something artistic. That is a way for me to relieve anxiety, stresses, and things like that. So it doesn't have to necessarily be meditation and prayer, which is definitely good. It's good. But you can also get involved in something that you want to, that, would distract you from whatever it is that you're dealing with. Like, you can do volunteer work at a children's hospital, or a women's shelters, or, a pet, animal shelter. Do something constructive with yourself, instead of sitting there depressed and upset and vexed and stuff. So, yeah. Alright, so the medicines can get inflammation under control, such as whatever that is, GI, gastrointestines. For those who don't know what GI is, it's gastrointestines. I forgot to tell you all that. It doesn't say that in here. I just know it because I bat a bird, so I know about all of that kind of stuff. So, honey. Whew. But I'm glad mine mostly comes from like that, from this direction, versus that direction. I go, mine's be more north than south, so I'm good. I walk around here with a pepper on or something, and I don't say that in a comical way. I'm being realistic, because I am so grateful. I'm telling you, stuff that I've been, y'all just don't. Those who have gone through it, or know someone go through it, y'all have an understanding. But those who don't, they don't understand. Like, they be like, oh, is that serious? Yes, it is. It's that serious, and then some, honey. You just have no idea. So I count my blessings. I'm so grateful to Jah that with all the crap, with everything that I've been dealing with and going through, I have not had to resort to being in a diaper, or staying in a wheelchair, or staying bedridden, or anything like that. Now, I'm going to try to make this as sweet as possible. Short and sweet. I would just put it to you this way. I would advise you to just go to WebMD. That's W as in William, E for Echo, B for baby, M for Michael, D for doctor.com. Okay, and look it up, because there's so much information here that, and with that information they have like the blue links where you can actually get more details. So it's a lot of details with this, but I did want to at least bring 2 autoimmune diseases and disorders to you all's attention. And I think I overdid it, even though it doesn't seem like I did anything, which technically I did not, to me. But this is the thing, when you have chronic illnesses and diseases, what may not seem big and a problem for most is a problem for us. Because if you all can see, I'm just going to try to pull up closer. My eyes are stretched as wide as they can go right now. I'm really literally stretching my eyes, and they're not getting no bigger than this. You know why? Do you see this? Do y'all see this? Do y'all see the puffiness coming in? That's what that is. That's part of the inflammation and the swelling. As you can see in my face, really good. Yeah, I have a flare-up right now. And I'm gonna have to go lay down because unfortunately when I get flare-ups, I wish I could just sit up like some people can just sit down and, you know, for a few minutes and they're good. But for mine is just so out of pocket that we literally have to lay down. Like I have to lay down and sleep. So appreciate you guys though. Y'all are so sweet. Love my babies. Y'all are my babies, okay? I don't care if you're older than me. You're my chillin'. You my cheering, all right? Y'all my chillins, okay? As a matter of fact, now let's not do chillins. Y'all my niece and nephews, okay? Just call me Aunt Chaz, all right? I'm going to be Aunt Chaz for every day on body. I don't care if you're dang on 109 years old. I am Aunt Chaz, and don't you forget it. Okay? So that's what y'all gonna start calling me from now on. Aunt Empress Chaz, yes, darling. Aunt All That Chaz, yes, darling. Aunt Lupus Slayer, yes, baby. That's the way it's gonna be, okay? It's not negotiable either. And I'll be talking back. Because I will put you on my knees once I get well and strength enough to do it, okay? I will put you on my kneecap. I mean, I'll spank your bottoms. You understand? And then after me spank your bottom, I'm going to take a rest because it's going to take a lot and it's going to exhaust me. But then when I get my strength back, I'm going to come and make sure you don't learn your lesson. If you haven't, guess what? I'm going to spank your bottom again. And I keep spanking thing on bottom till you get it. Doggone it. Try me. Don't try me. Try me. Oh. Try me. Yeah. Woo. Try me. Try me. Try me. No, the hell don't try me. Ain't no damn new product out on the market. We test it. Want to try something, go try some clothes, go to a store, try some new shoes or something. That's what you damn try me. I'm a human being. Try me. Play it. Okay, I'm done. God bless, one love, people. You guys have a fabulous weekend. I had to do that. That's something I do when I'm not feeling well. I like to encourage myself, spruce my own self up. So I'm going to talk to you all later. I will see you all later. All right, y'all be good now. Y'all be good. Y'all hold it down for me. Y'all hold it down. I love you. I love you. Oh, Auntie Chaz loves you. Auntie Empress Chaz love y'all, God. Y'all's gonna have a good weekend, right? Y'all's gonna have a great weekend on for me, right? Alright now. I ain't playing with you. I ain't playing. Don't try me. Don't try.